And I want to greet all our viewers. Good evening. Sorry we delayed, but as you've been explained, we were launching 16 days of gender activism, and that delayed us, but it's so much related to what we are going to discuss tonight. So kindly we apologize for that. I want to appreciate SK Command and team, and let's interact, get to know who Rebecca is.
Yeah.
SK, my name is Rebecca Arupe Lomong Ruto.
Arupe is a new name now. I think it is a new name to most of us here. Rebecca Arupe Lomong.
Yes, Rebecca Arupe Lomong Ruto. My clan is Toyoy. That's me.
Toyoy the rain.
Toyoy the rain, Ropta, Ilat. That's me. That's my clan. Yeah. My home is Kabartonjo. That's Baringo North, a village called Kipkogom. That's where I live with my family. I am married, blessed with children. I'm a Christian. AIC, Kabartonjo. That's where I worship. I was born and raised in a village called Tangulbei. That's Tiati. You said you hosted Tiati MP recently. Yeah, that's the MP of the place where I was born and raised. That's Tangulbei. I basically grew up in Tangulbei village. I'm a Savannah girl. Yeah, and I'm so proud to be a Savannah girl.
Great.
But now I'm in the highland.
Savannah, you were born and raised in Tangulbei.
Yes.
I'm sure someone is interested to know about your education background.
Yeah.
Ulizaliwa Tangulbei, where did you school?
Yes, that's where I'm heading to.
Yeah.
I school in Tangulbei Primary School. It's a public school. All through until I did my KCP. That's 1997. I sat for KCP in 1997. Then I proceeded to high school. I came to Kituru High School here. It's in Baringo Central. After that, I cleared my Form 4 in 2001. Then I proceeded to Moi University, Chepkoilel campus by then. It's now called University of Eldoret, where I did Bachelor of Education Science.
Any mwalimu?
I'm a teacher by profession.
Oh, that's a surprise.
Yes, I teach mathematics and chemistry. I'm actually supposed to teach mathematics and chemistry, but I didn't manage to teach. I didn't even get to class. Immediately I got employment even before my graduation. I got a chance to serve World Vision and an internship program for 1 year. So that was immediately just before graduation. I joined World Vision, and then after that I got employed. I did good job during my internship. So I got employed with World Vision. So that means I didn't get again interest to go back to teach. I decided to divert and concentrate with community work. So I went back to school and I did masters in development studies.
Masters in development studies.
Yes. Yeah, so that it can be relevant with development work that I was doing at the moment.
Was that influenced by your job at that time?
Yes, this is World Vision. It's a non-governmental organization. It's a humanitarian organization. It's about serving people and transforming lives through empowering them. So I decided to go to school so that I can be able to learn how to touch lives directly. That's when I did my masters.
Which university?
I went back to Moi University. Yes. Then after that, I served World Vision for 7 years. 7 years.
That is from which year to which year?
That's from 2006 September. I did the internship for 1 year. Then after that I got employed straight away. So I resigned from World Vision in 2013 when I joined county government. Yes.
So from a teacher to a community development person.
Yes.
How was the swing like? How did you get to adapt from being trained as a person to teach and now going to handle community related issues?
You know, the beautiful thing with teaching, it's a social science. Education is social science. So it's about people. You know, teachers also touch lives directly.
But you studied science. You're a STEM person.
Yes, I did chemistry and mathematics. Yes, but it's all in all, it's a social science. It's
so the aspect of teaching now is the social science.
Teaching
Now
is
I
a
get it.
social science. Yes. So that's when I was able to deal with the community, and I got a lot of passion with that.
So while with World Vision, which communities were you working with at that time? Was it in Baringo or where exactly?
Yeah. When I got employed, my first employment, like the internship one, I served at Chemolingot. That's Nginyang ADP. Then I got employed and I was posted to Koloa. That's Koloa office. After that, I was transferred to Tinderet, that's in Nandi. I served there for another 2 years. Then I got transferred again to Moiben. I was a project officer in charge of education, HIV and AIDS projects. These are projects under the organization. So I served in Moibeki up to 2013 when I got a job to come to the county.
Well, from the NGO world to county government.
Yes.
What was your role at the County Public Service Board, as I had hinted earlier, maybe?
Yes. Maybe before that, I also did a diploma in human resource.
Oh.
Yes. I did a diploma in human resource management. I also did a diploma in entrepreneurship development. And this gave me a chance to come to the county government. When devolution came, some jobs were advertised from the CECs. Then after CECs, the board positions were advertised.
What I'm seeing from your journey, almost everything that you do is informed by something.
Yes.
What made you to take a higher diploma in HR and another higher diploma in, you say?
Entrepreneurship. Business.
Ni nini kakusukuma ukaelekea HR and entrepreneurship at the same time?
Yes. Now for HR, after doing masters in development studies, I decided I also needed to know how to handle people. Being a project officer is majorly about dealing with people. That's why I decided to do higher diploma in human resource. But luckily, this position of member of county assembly county public service board was advertised, and it's about human resource, and that's how I was able to get the job.
And while at the county public service board, the first PCSB,
yes,
what was with your knowledge on issues HR? Did you hold a position that had such a regard, or?
Yes. County Public Service Board is majorly about employment, about discipline, about interviewing staff and appointing them to positions, establishment of offices. The first board was able to establish structures, all the structures, right from the offices of the ward admins, the chief officers. Everything was new by then because devolution was new to us. So the board came in so that they can establish those structures and ensure that we put people in those offices. So my higher diploma could really go well with the position. Yes.
That's really a score in my opinion. And of course, I'm sure someone is trying to link the much that you've achieved with your age.
I also did PhD in gender and development studies.
So are we speaking with Dr. Lomong here?
Almost graduating.
Okay. I'm getting to learn a
Mm-hmm.
lot about you, and I'm sure anybody who is watching is very interested in that.
Thank you.
And as we get to know Mheshimiwa Lomong, who is vying for the seat of the women rep position in Baringo County, we are live on YouTube, we are live on Facebook, on both Baringo News and Ravine News. Both brands are run by a company called Eblin Media. That's a company that is running these two platforms. So should you have a comment, a question that you think that we've gone, or rather we've skipped, and you wish to know about Lomong, Mheshimiwa, tuma kwenye comment section. You can also text us on 0799-030-030, 0799-030-030. A text or a WhatsApp message will do. Please don't call. The phone is just here, so I would be trying to read your comments and also your messages. So Mheshimiwa, we've known about your education background and where you're born. We've also known where you're married. That means you have a family.
Yes.
And even from the picture that you sent us to create a poster, your ring was very conspicuous. Would you want us to know about your family?
Thank you. As I said, I was brought up in Tangu Bay. I'm a firstborn in a family of 16. Yes.
Family of 16?
Yes.
One mother?
No, we are pastoralists.
The answer is we are just pastoralists.
Yeah, we're
That
just pastoralists and
explains
we are
everything.
Africans. Yes, then of course I was just basically raised in that normal village life. Yes, all along I've been in Baringo. I think I was born here, schooled here, I've worked here. Yeah, I got married to Mr. Ruto.
Oh, so that's where the name Lomong Ruto
yes
comes in.
Yes. Yeah, Ruto is my husband's name, Lomong is my father's name,
Arupe is
and Rebecca Arupe that is
Rebecca
my
Arupe,
name.
those are your name.
Yes.
So Arupe is a middle name.
Yes.
What does Arupe mean? Does it have a meaning?
Yes, Arupe has a meaning. It's onset of rains. You know, these rains that come around this not this time, around October there, after the major rains. So we call in my language Arupetin. You know, so and Arupe is a name shared between Pokot and Turkana.
Yeah.
So when I go to Turkana and identify myself as Arupe, they will get so much along with me.
And you have an advantage because
and you know rain, you know when it's the onset of rain, those are just blessings. So Arupe is just a blessing.
And your clan also is
again Toyo Ropta, you know.
Well,
so it's all about blessings.
Politically, of course, I think whoever is watching could be trying to make or rather connect the two, the relationship between the two. Now,
so that's about my marriage. I live in Kabartonjo, but I also have side hustle in Kabarnet. So Baringo Central is our second home, other than Kabartonjo.
Side hustle.
Yes, side hustle.
Side hustle ni gani sasa?
Side hustle maisha tu biashara. Nimekwambia I've done entrepreneurship. So I do business kidogo kidogo.
I was watching a clip the other day. Not a clip. I think I saw a conversation between two people.
Yes.
It was actually a clip. It was on one of the leading media stations.
Yes.
They were trying to compare how broke one is. So ukisema side hustle, it could even be a main hustle for someone else.
Yeah, it could be.
Anyway, so that's your family.
Yeah.
Your children.
Yeah, I have children. I'm a mother of 5. Yes, my firstborn is in high school. A candidate Form 4. Wow. Yeah.
Pongezi.
Yeah.
And the designate last one?
And the last one is in primary. Yeah, the lower primary.
You know, I'm asking you that because when vying for a seat, most of the time such things come up.
They do.
And
they do.
We are trying to save you the headache of explaining yourself.
Yeah.
And every time a woman rises and says they want to vie for a given seat, the first thing is, are you married?
Yeah.
The second thing would be, is your family intact?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know why women we have to go through this. And you know, for men, you are not asked those questions. SK.
We'll get to that. So we've gotten to know about your family, your career.
Thank you.
What are you doing currently?
Yeah, thank you so much. Rebecca currently works with Baringo County Assembly as an external board member for Baringo County Assembly Service Board. It's so much related with what I used to do 2013, 2019. As I told you earlier, I served as a member for Baringo County Public Service Board. That was a 6-year tenure, which expired in 2019. So after that, a job was advertised around March this year. And I was able to go through the interview process and I was successful. I got appointed around May this year for the position. It's a 1-year contract on part-time basis, which is good. I want to give back. I'm also, you know, with all this education, we belong to this county. It's also good to give that skill, the experience I got in the Public Service Board. That is one of the reasons I got considered. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing at the moment.
I see. So
thank you.
How long have you been serving at the county assembly? And if we had to say cumulatively, how much time have you worked in government compared to private? Okay.
In private, I served around 7 years. And now in the government, if I do the 6 years and this, let's talk of around 13 years. Let's say 7 years this side, 7 years the other side. Comes to around 14 years of experience.
Wow.
13 years and some months, yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And I think we'll also look at that and try and relate if it was a job interview that we were having.
Yes.
How much time of experience do you have?
Oh, yes.
But before we go to that, I can see a lot of comments coming in. I think this is one of our most active shows, really, when it comes to the audience. You can see about 30 people already talking about this conversation, and maybe fundi wa mitambo pale watanisaidia na a summary of the comments, so that when we come back during the break we'll be able to read out. And maybe before we even continue, we can acknowledge a few of them. I can see Alex Kipto anasema, I'm following keenly. Definitely my vote is very well secured for her. That's Thank Alex you. And quite a number of them are speaking in that direction. Geoffrey Kokoyo, you're saying you're watching live from Solian City. Oh, Solian is in Eldama Ravine, and according to Kokoyo, we have a city in the making. Now, Mheshimiwa, tushajua safari yako ya kimasomo na kikazi, and what you're doing currently. You've had a very beautiful career. Someone would be asking, mbona siasa?
Yeah.
Why are you giving a try in politics?
Thank you, SK. That was the question I was really looking forward to. I was almost thinking you would not ask. Yeah. As I told you, I'm pursuing PhD in Gender and Development Studies. I want to bring in aspect of gender. Today we were discussing about gender activism. It's all the world is going on to gender dynamics, thinking about gender, talking gender, walking gender. I got a calling to serve the people of Baringo.
You got a calling?
Yes. And it didn't just come the other day. I got this drive when I was serving in the NGO world, the humanitarian organization. When we could just do projects and you just see people transforming their lives. You could see people just coming from poverty level, and someone starts to just educate your kids. You build people economically. So from that I got a passion, and I was like, I want to do this. I've just asked myself all these years, I want to do more of this. I want to touch lives. I want to transform lives. Then I asked myself, how can I do this? Yes, I've worked. During that time, I was in the NGO. I could write proposals. I did a proposal, and we got funding for FGM project, which I was able to implement in Koloa during that time when I was serving there. So I realized there are many things that we can do, and the only way I can be able to do it is through a political office. Because that is when I can go to parliament. I'll be able to do bills that will support the women, the girls, and our people living with HIV and AIDS, our PWDs, and many people who are vulnerable, who are waiting for that voice, who want to be represented. So I got this calling, and I'm more than willing, I'm more than determined. I have that drive, that inner drive, to serve the people of Baringo through the office of woman member of county, woman MP.
Speaking of the drive, I think kama kuna mtu amejituma ni wewe.
Thank you.
And someone said, kama if no one is talking about you, then you could actually be dead.
Yeah.
While alive.
Yes.
And recently, I think you've been a conversation throughout the county of Baringo.
Yeah.
And sometimes they may be in a good way, sometimes not in a very good way.
Yeah.
How do you feel so far, having given the best of what you can do as at now? How do you feel? How is the journey into politics, transiting from NGO world to government and now to serving the people while seeking a political office? Safari COVID.
Thank you. Of course, the journey is not easy. The journey is tough, but I want to thank God because of this time that I was able to be exposed to both the private sector and public sector. So I got a blend of both, the private sector and the public sector. With this blend, I think I'm more than ready. I'm more than ready to face it. It's not easy, but I'm ready. I got the stamina, and I know what awaits more so us as women in politics. we had a good discussion today about it, and it was able to really build some of us. That the journey ahead is tough, but with the support of our people, with the support of people of Baringo, with that drive that there's this dream that we are seeing up there. It's not easy to get there. You know, something good doesn't come easy, SK. You have to sweat. You have to keep falling. But you have to stand and you dust your clothes and you move forward. So for me, you don't need to worry. I'm determined. Publicity in politics, we call it publicity. When you say you've been discussed severally and all that, for me, I love it that way. It's about publicity. It's about people sitting down and talking about Rebecca. Who is this Rebecca Lomong? Who is this Mrs. Ruto? I like it that way. Because if you are, just you've put it so well. If you don't have an impact, nobody will sit and discuss.
Exactly.
But if there's something, if a tree has fruits, we'll have to throw stones to that so that we can get the fruits.
So, Nzoia mapema.
The thick skin, So I'm more than ready. We want to make a difference in our county. I think we just have to do things differently. I have an agenda for this county.
We are coming to that agenda. And you've heard Mheshimiwa Lomong is saying nothing really comes easy, and you have to put in the work, sweat it out. And if need be, you might even have to fall. And should you fall, dust up, dress up, and show up for the occasion. I'm not sure. Do we have the comments yet? Fundi wa mitambo, tafadhali. The comments are coming, and I think we'll get into that. You're talking about the challenges that women are going through. Yesterday, most organizations that are advocacy organizations, it's the week, or rather the 16 days of gender activism. And in this year, I think they have really focused on gender-based violence. Even today's discussion, it was a gender conference for Baringo County, which was sponsored by quite a number of organizations. I could see Center for Enhancing Democracy and Good Governance, Action Aid, Australian Aid, and looking at all these are international organizations. And bringing the conversation about the safety of the woman, the safety of the girl child during this election period. That's something even of concern to us as an organization. And to you, when I was asking you, how do you feel the journey is so far? Do you also encounter such? The conversation today was surrounding gender-based violence during COVID period, and also now we are going into an election. How has the journey been for you as a new entrant in politics? When we talk of challenges, more so as a woman joining politics, and more so as a young woman coming into limelight of politics, there are many challenges, and they came out so well today. We have challenges to do with the cyberbullying, people trying to bring you down, people try to bring you to talk negative things about you. And I don't think it's Rebecca alone, but most of the women who are coming up, people saying, no, we want a mature woman. And they write sort of things. They go to the social media and just try to demoralize you. It was really clarified, and I was so comfortable with the responses that we got, that there's an activist to cover us on this. But above everything else, as people, as voters, let's sell our candidates. If you're not for Rebecca, you don't need to write negative things about Rebecca. Just sell that other candidates that you want. But I'm not talking about women alone. Even we've seen the presidential candidates, the DP, things that people sometimes say about him. A lot of, this is just competition at the end of the day. Politics about competition. And it's about, again, creating perception. So someone will want to create negative perception about these other candidates so that it can counter the favorite candidate. But I want to say that as much as all this is said and done, at the end of the day, there's that drive. At the end of the day, as a candidate, I know what I want.
And people will bring this so that they can deviate, so that Rebecca now will start focusing on this other issue, and you forget your main agenda. So this is so normal in politics, though we don't want to normalize cyber crimes. We don't want to normalize that. Action has to be taken. But in politics, this is it. This is the journey.
Have you been bullied yourself?
Of course, severally. It has happened.
How are you dealing with it?
Bullying, if you follow today's discussion, there's that room to even sue someone. There's a room to sue. But I realize that when you do that, you'll have deviated completely from your agenda, because you'll be running now up and down to counter things, to do what. Yet there's this agenda. I have agenda for the people of Baringo. So I chose, sometimes I'm like, let me focus on this one, the main agenda. Let's keep our focus straight. What do we want to do? So it has happened severally. It has happened. But I just downplay it, and I'm like, I know the focus of this one. This one wants to divert my attention. This one wants to just change what I want for the people. But since the dream is big, the vision is so big, let me focus on my vision.
Well,
thank you.
She's keeping the eye on the prize. That is Mheshimiwa designate, or rather Mheshimiwa Lomong, Mtarajiwa, Women Rep Baringo County. I'm seeing quite a number of comments here. I can read through a few of them before we go to a commercial break. Generally Kangwon Jr., he's saying, I'm watching from Ibisil, Kajiado County. Asante sana Generali. Brian Ngoreluk Arab Simba, the young lady is trying. I hope she maintains the vigor.
Oh yeah.
Will you manage to maintain the momentum that you created? I
started this late 2019. Yeah.
And
I got the energy
and the resources.
It's not about resources, let me tell you.
The other day, Mheshimiwa Gideon Moi, the senator for Baringo, alisema, you keep underrating me.
Yeah.
But I have the time.
Yes.
I have the energy.
Yes.
And the resources.
Yes, Rebecca is also there.
Apollos Kirui watching from Kogom. Is that the
That's
village you're talking
village,
about?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Watching from Kabarnet.
Thank you.
That is Sami Tanui.
Thank you.
Martin Kemei, and majority of them are men. Do you notice that?
Really?
Are you appealing to the male vote?
Are you serious? You are not skipping the ladies' comments.
Well, let's continue.
Yeah.
I've read about, I've scanned through about 10 of them.
Yeah.
Martin Kemei watching from Kipsaraman.
Thank you.
Birichogo Nelson. We are tuned in and we are watching the incoming women rep for Baringo. She's very vibrant, eloquent, and very sober in her plans.
Thank you.
Tuned in, good to hear from Mheshimiwa. That is El Cash. I don't know if it's a lady or a man, because I'm very keen on on the labor. There's a lady here, Mary Mudhoni, at least someone I know.
Oh, thank you.
Great interview already. Watching from Nairobi. We are inviting Madam Rebecca to join Baringo Mentors. I think that's an event that they're having in Ravine on December 17th.
Oh, 17th.
That's something you might want to note. They have already invited you, and now that I'm reading the comment, it would only be fair to complete the entire conversation. We're inviting her to join Baringo Mentors with her background in humanitarian issues. She should impact lives positively with us.
Yes.
Blessed Christine Momoen, I think now women are coming in. My vote is for you in 2027.
2027. I was 2022.
I'm reading it as it is.
No problem.
Brian Kiprono, Mama County, your plans for Baringo are awesome. Tutasimama pamoja.
Thank you.
Quite a number of comments. We'll read more when we come back from a commercial break. So let's take a break. We take a glass of water. Usibanduke.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Pause.
not turning away. I know it's about 7 p.m. and people are turning away to watch the news, but here is a conversation that you don't want to miss. Na tunaendelea kujua who Mheshimiwa mtarajiwa Rebecca Lomong Ruto is and what the kind of agenda that she has for the people of Baringo. And while we were leaving for the commercial break, you must have seen what played on your screen. That is a virtual tour of the hotel that is hosting us today. That is the Rift Valley Hills Resort in Baringo County, Kabarnet. You've seen much of what they offer: accommodation, conference facility, and also dining services. Well, going straight away, before I go to the comments, I think it's only fair so that when we are reading out the comments, it has exactly what we need to hear from them. You have the calling to be one of the leaders in Baringo, and specifically here, you're giving a shot on the women rep position. What's your agenda?
Thank you so much. Pleasure to have you back, our viewers. I have agenda for the people of Baringo. We know the role of county woman member of parliament is the legislative role.
Yes, there's a legislative role.
There is the oversight role, and also there's representation role.
Yes.
So for me, Rebecca, what I want to do for the people of Baringo, one is empowerment of our women and our youth. And our people living with disabilities. Why am I focusing on empowerment? Because we want to build our people economically. I want the women to be self-reliant. We want the youth to be self-reliant, so that we can be able to help each other in the roles of family. That is why I want to really focus, and I want to do practical things. I want, when we talk about women from Mogocho, for example, I want each and every family, each and every woman should be having poultry in their houses. Rearing poultry is not that expensive. What we just need is the starter kits. We should have hatcheries so that we have the chicken, and we ensure that there's market for these products.
You've mentioned chicken rearing among women. Maybe you can be specific on the kind of empowerment initiatives that you're looking at bringing to the youth and the women and those people living with disabilities. And
the specific one, for example, is that one for chicken. Having the hatchery, so that we don't need to go far to get the chicks. And it's managed by women and the youth purely, so that we can be able to ensure that this household has this number of chicken, they will be supplying this number of eggs, and they can even have their own circle, you know, because it's also about having the market, so that we can get value of our investment. I like to also bring practical things like value addition of our farm produce. We know women are so hardworking. You go to Baringo North, you find bananas all over the markets, but to get the value of this banana, when you sell a whole bunch, it can come up to 200 shillings. Because we know those people who come even to the chambers and buy them, they come buying these fruits at a very cheap price. So I'm looking at how can we improve this product. For example, bananas. I would like to see women in Baringo North making crepes, banana crepes. And we sell them in the shelves all through. You can even export them.
That's very common in Uganda.
That is common. That's so common. Those are some of the practical things I want to do. I want to go to the dry areas where they do, let's talk of dengue, for example. I'll walk to supermarket, I'll buy packaged dengue. Soko supermarket here. I'll buy the packed dengue from Central Kenya. A quarter at 50 shillings, a kg at 200 shillings, for example. That is on the lower side. But we have the dengue here in Baringo. Why can't we package? It's not expensive to have that machine for packaging. Those are some of, I want our women to be busy sorting their dengues and ensuring that they get the finest of the dengues, and we package them at home and we sell them in the shelves. We take them to Nairobi. What is so difficult in that?
That sounds like the strategy by Mheshimiwa Governor wa Kitui.
Oh, yes, Ngilu.
And that sounds practical.
So practical.
But I'm sure someone is asking, where are the resources?
What I want to ask you, SK, it is we have the products, yes? We have dengues.
Yes.
Even Marigat, where you come from, we can have dengue there, we can grow dengue.
That is true.
So it's about the machine of packaging and ensuring that it keeps approved.
So as a woman rep, you're looking at empowering these women.
I
with
want
the
to empower
packaging
them.
machines.
Yes. And it's not, it will not even get to 100,000.
Yes. But of course, you'll also need to build their capacity to understand how to do it.
That is it. When we talk of empowerment, SK, it's all around skills, training them, telling them things that are possible that can be done. You don't need to go to school to sort out dengue. You don't need to go to school to make a peanut butter from our njugu. We have njugus. You go to Tenges, they sell them very cheap. Even you can have 50 kilos at a very cheap price. I normally look at that and I'm like, no, Rebecca, you have to do something. There's a gap. There's a gap. Those njugus should be packaged. Those njugus, we should have women, we should have youth sitting somewhere and making peanut butter. And we sell them. We can even export them, SK.
Sure, and that would be a good thing.
Yeah, and it's possible.
That's on the women. I'm a youth.
And the youth.
What do I expect from you as a youth? Someone is asking. Definitely.
Yes. As a fellow youth, I understand challenges that youth go through. I'm a woman. I'm a youth.
Oh, you are under 35?
Even Uhuru Kenyatta is a youth. You know, we are women, we don't normally say our age, so kindly.
It is 18 plus a few years of experience.
Yes, we are always 18 plus. Yeah.
Right.
So for the youth, these are things that youth can do. We can have these machines, these packaging machines as youth. I want to train the youth so that after school, we don't just focus on white collar jobs. We need to employ ourselves as youth. But I would like them to come also with their ideas. When we want trees in this Kabarnet or in Baringo generally, even mango seedlings, avocado seedlings.
We go across.
We go far to Meru, to central Kenya to buy seedlings. Is it that we cannot do these things? What do we need to have them?
There have been leadership. Actually, 2 women rep leaders elected by the people of Baringo.
Yeah.
Why do you think they have not done what you think you want to do?
SK, how will
Especially for the women. Of course, you've been here.
You know what I believe in. Let me tell you, SK. Leadership should come from deep inside someone. There are those things that we could be the same age, we might have gone to school, we might be, but there are those things that you're passionate about. I'll come here and if I want to see roads, I'll just see the roads alone. But there's that woman who is still struggling down there. There's that woman who just needs to be given some skills, to be trained. You know, sometimes even our people, you give them even advice that, yeah, I know you need a loan, but kindly get a loan that it is cheaper. But our people, they don't know. You just find someone going to taking a loan without even considering the interest because they don't know. So they need someone to train them. So I'll not answer that question that why they've not done what I'm thinking that I'll come and do because people have different interests.
So in this sense, I can still reframe it this way.
Yeah.
What different approach do you have from the rest who have been there? That you're going to do, you put in more extra work and see results, unlike the leaders that have come before you?
Thank you so much. Yeah. I think that will be more of what I will do.
Yeah.
For me, Rebecca, with the experience that I've had from the NGO sector, I want to look at practical things. I've not told you that I'll come and do roads and tarmac all the roads in Baringo.
Yeah.
I'm looking at practical things as far as Office of Women Rep is concerned.
Yeah.
That's why I'm talking around using what is available and just improving it and ensure that we get value of our hard work.
How much does a women rep control in their portfolio?
Talk about between 50 and 100 million.
50 and 100 million?
Yes.
Do you think the 50 and 100 million per year can help you achieve what you're saying?
It will.
Thank you. That was the first agenda on women, youth, and people living with disabilities. Yes. Your second agenda?
Yeah, on the second agenda, I'm looking at talent nurturing. I'm looking at how we are going to help our youth bring the best of them. We have artists, we have young people who are really trying their best to bring out the best from the best. We have our young people who are athletes, but they've not gotten the opportunity to really showcase that because they're lacking sponsors. You know, you could be having someone at that Sabor Primary School, Tangube Primary School, Chemoy, Mogotio, who is so good, but what they just need is the connection and also getting the well-wishers. I'm not saying all these things Rebecca can do alone, but we are going to work with even professionals of Baringo to ensure that we do networking for our people, for our young people, and we connect them to the world. We connect them to sponsors to ensure that we bring the best out of them. We have young men who are playing football very well. We have different talents. So I'd like to see how are we going to bring on board the youth so that we can nurture these talents and ensure that we get the best from them. And even if the Office of Women may not do everything, we are going to work with the professionals, other leaders, to ensure that we connect our people. And we want to utilize each and every talent, because at the end of the day, SK, I know the benefits will come back to Baringo County.
Sure, the benefits will definitely come back to Baringo. And that's why you see even some of us here, we are sparing our time.
Very true.
Whatever we're doing here is not really giving us direct revenue as such, but we are helping our people to get an opportunity to know about their leaders, especially on these shows that we are hosting. The aspirants who are eyeing the seats, the various seats in 2022. And maybe just to hint to you, this conversation is culminating into roundtable conversations. If you're a bunch of maybe 7-10 women rep candidates, we will definitely bring you to this table and to ask each one of them what agenda do they have for the people of Baringo. And we would want to stand out as a people of Baringo, as a people who will make choices based on issues and not just making choices based on euphoria. Because you hear around, most people are saying, hey, ni kama tulipiga kura juzi tukitumia roho zetu, hatukutumia akili. So Baringo News is here to help you make a choice that is informed by content that is tangible. So as you say, at the end of the day, it's about impacting the lives of the people of Baringo, and in whatever position you would always want to achieve that. Let me go through a few comments and maybe you'll summarize the agenda points so that we can go into, if there are questions and concerns that people have, we will read them out. Let me rush through the comments and we continue. Just a moment. A lot of comments are coming on. William Lokobwa. Lomong should maintain her cool. Desist from responding to Facebook posts. Maybe that's a supporter who really is very keen on what you're doing.
Thank you.
Chongor VK, you're saying checking in from Nairobi. Kazi Safi.
Thank
she
you.
knows me. Kimboy Victor.
I know you.
Quite a number of people who are presenting themselves at a very personal level.
Thank you.
How much time do you have in a day that you get to connect with all these people?
I find time. I sleep late, around 1, 2.
Balancing family and politics.
I have the energy. I do it so well. I do the balance. I got the stamina, SK. Yes.
You got the stamina. Julie Chepkonga, I'm watching from Chuka, Meru. I love the energy.
Thank you.
So a third party is confirming what you're saying.
Thank you so much.
David Kelly, he's saying you got what it takes to be the woman rep for Baringo. Lotiolo Victor, you're saying this is one of the best shows. Asante sana.
Thank you.
Unasema tuko hadi tamati. I hope you'll have enough data to maintain you throughout the show. Mary Mudhoni, you're coming back again. Anasema the knowledge, the skills and the experience matches the job description for the position.
Thank you.
Huyu sasa asha ku interview Na
amepata.
amepitisha. Acha recommend.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm summarizing. Vincent Kipsang, Lomong, you're not fresh but once. Hapo sijaelewa kidogo. Kiingereza ni ngumu.
Haina shida, soma tu yenye unaelewa.
Robin Kosgei anasema watching from Wote, Makueni County.
Yeah.
Huyu ni kama ameenda devolution conference huyu. Robin Kosgei, the young lady appears equal to the task.
Thank you.
I wish her all the best in her endeavors. Vincent Kipsang, utuambie kwanza hiyo pia imeruka kidogo. Kaka Msera anasema nina imani kuwa ukituwakilisha hivi bungeni utatusaidia. Much of what I'm seeing are comments. Maybe if you have a question that you wish to ask Mheshimiwa Lomong, you have an opportunity, and I think we only have about 15 minutes to go before we close. I'm being signaled that there is one question. CK Clark anauliza kwamba how will you make or improve on making sure that the Baringo people understand the role and the position of the women representative? How will you make the people of Baringo understand the role of the position that you're vying for? Nadhani, that is the question that has come in. Generally, Changwon, you're saying the moderation is quite professional. Asante sana. So that's a question that you will tackle. Maybe you can finish up on your agenda, then we'll go to that question.
Then we'll do that,
yes.
Yeah, I've talked about the economic empowerment, the value addition of the products. I've mentioned few products, but there are many products that we are going to do. You know, I look at when you do Wimbi, our mothers do a lot of Wimbi, mostly Baringo north side, and you find you get a whole kilo of Wimbi at 50 shillings.
50 bob.
Very cheap, you know. So, and when you look at the work that is involved, it's a lot. So I want to look at that and see how we are going to improve and package and get best value, get the best price from the hard work of our women. I want things that our people living with PWDs can do, that they can sit down and just do these things. They have their shop, selling their products, sorting out their things, and improving the lives of our people. I want to tie the lives of our people. I want to transform the lives of our people economically and socially. Other than this, I'm looking at also peace initiatives along the borderlines. Peace initiatives among communities who are living together. We know Baringo County is a county of great diversity. I'm looking at diversity here in terms of the tribes which are in Baringo County. And I want us to showcase even our culture. I want to initiate forums where we can showcase our culture. So that when I want to dress today like a Tugen woman, I know there's a place I can get that. But right now, SK, if you want to show us how a Kikuyu man dresses, you may have to go to Central Kenya.
Yet we have
our Kikuyu community in Baringo. If I want to dress like Turkana woman, where will I get that attire? I may have to go to Turkana County, yet we have them here. I want to look like an Ilchamus lady. So I want us to have a center point whereby, and this is when we can even combine with the Ushanga, this Ushanga organization that trains women on how to do bidding. But I would like us to have a cultural center whereby our communities across the board can come and show us their finest. That a Pokot woman can come and we see this is how a Pokot woman should look like, so that we can impress each other and see good from our neighbors. We also have good African food. We have food. Do you know how to do mosaic? You know, it varies from one community to another. So I like us to see how we are going to blend our different cultures, how we are going to use our diversity as Baringo to unite us, to bring peace among ourselves. How can we sit together and have a discussion on how we can improve our lives through our different cultural backgrounds? So those are some of the initiatives I love. And all these things you may not do alone. We'll have to combine efforts with other leaders, the governor, the senator, all the leaders, so that we can ensure that we impress each other for the benefit of that mwananchi.
Are you done with the agenda? You can go ahead. I can see you have a very long list.
Not really.
I believe you've summarized
really.
that.
Yeah, not really. There are several agendas. We may not finish everything today, but in summary, it's about the people. It's about touching the lives of our people positively.
All right.
It's about having cohesion as Baringo community. It's about looking at each other from that angle of brotherhood. Not, oh, SK, which tribe do you come from? Let's embrace one another. And we like to do everything possible to ensure that we have those things that link us as the people of Baringo.
All right.
There's a question that was asked by CK Clark.
Yep, you can handle that.
Yeah. Maybe to start with, the roles of, I said earlier, the roles of a county member of parliament is the three key roles: the legislature, the oversight, and the representation. But other than that, there is the role of passing bills that are protecting the social being of our people. Other than passing, developing the bills and supporting the bills. So those are some of the things that I like to do. I like to applaud our first woman member of parliament who did a bill on sanitary pads for girls. She did it, and it was really received well, and that's how our girls were able to be supported with sanitary towels. But it's not enough. We still need to do a lot. Those are some of the things that our girls are lacking. And Office of the Women Rep will really want to focus so much on that, so that we can ensure that our girls are comfortable. They can attend to school without failing.
Thank you.
Yes.
Passing bills, or rather formulating bills,
and ensuring that they are passed. And also lobbying for budget consideration. You know, as a member of parliament, you listen to your people. What are these things that they want? And there are some things that can be addressed by the national office by factoring them in the budget of national government. So my role as a woman member of parliament will be ensuring that I listen to the people. They tell me their problems, and ensure that I push until the budget is provided. Yes.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
There are two questions here, but before we go to that, BBI was recommending that this seat is scrapped. Assume BBI was passed. Where would you have fallen?
First and foremost, thank God, because BBI did not pass.
What if?
And we need to applaud the County Assembly of Baringo. Because they were the first ones to reject BBI. So they knew what they were doing.
Well.
And it was proved. So let me not focus on that.
We will not focus on it, but what if?
How can we talk on what ifs, surely? It didn't pass, and we have the Office of Women Rep here.
In so many words,
but let me tell
you have gone for another elective position?
Let me tell you, SK, if it was abolished, it could have really disadvantaged the women. Why? Because we could have taken women to fight for Senate positions. Senate doesn't have affirmative action fund. How could you have tied the lives of our people? But still, I could have gone to the Senate for representation.
All right.
For representation.
That's fair enough, which means at the end of the day, you would have given a shot to any other elective position. But
it is, I think mine was women rep, so I thank God because it was not removed.
It looks like you're not very keen on that. Well, Cheptai Lomeri anauliza, what have you done since the time you've worked in One Vision Kenya for the people of Baringo, and how many have you empowered since the time you were nominated to be a member of the County Assembly Service Board? And there's also a general question that is coming up. I could see some people are using maybe not quite appropriate language, but the question is, how are you dealing with having worked in the first regime, which was voted out in 2017, and right now you're in the current regime? Some may have appeared to have failed. How are you dealing with the attachment to previous and current regimes as you work towards getting elected as a women rep for Baringo?
Okay. Thank you so much.
So you can take 2 minutes on that, because I can see we only have 6 minutes to go. That is so fast. Maybe touching on Lomeri Cheptai. Thank you, Lomeri Cheptai, for following. I think it's great pleasure to have your friends watching. What I've done when I was in the
NGO sector and the county, I think. I've done many things. I think that one of the achievements that I was proud of is that I was able to do a proposal, and it was fully funded by the government of Germany, to eradicate FGM and early marriages. That is in Koloa, Tiati generally.
You mentioned that.
I mentioned that. That's one of the achievements that I'm proud of, because it was funded to a tune of 10 million, and it was a project to last for 1 year, and we were able to do a lot, and our girls are now going to school. So that's what I can say. But other than that, I was able to do several things. We were able to train girls, to train women, to do start kits for the women, to even train even women on kitchen gardening. You reduce a budget that you could have gone to buy vegetables, and you empower someone who skills that your family can still be comfortable, you can have balanced diet, and these are things that are doable. So I've done most of those things, and it may not be big projects. I've not done roads or health or what, but I've touched lives in small way that is impacting them.
And that sounds like, given you're trying to say, given an opportunity, you would.
I'll do more, because now going for us, those are some of the things that are informing me to go for this big position. Because now I'll be more of in charge than when I was under somebody. Next is about how many people have I empowered since I came to county assembly. I came to the county assembly in the month of May, and I may not really say I've empowered many people, but if you've been following me, I've really worked closely with the youth. I've promoted football teams with balls. It may not be much, but that's what I've managed to do from my own initiative, my own salary, yes. But now, given the chance, I have this big plan. There are many things that we can do. Given a chance, if you people give me a chance to be the next women rep of Baringo County Assembly, I got an elaborate plan for our county. I'll be able to do more. I may say about the relationship between the first regime and the second regime. The first regime was the regime of Governor Cheboy. And now this is the regime of Governor Kiptis. My role in the first regime, I was in the Public Service Board, and we were doing basically employments. It was not about projects, it was basically about employments, staff, issues to do with employees. And I was able to do my job well. If I had not done that, maybe I could not have gotten even this chance to stand here and seek for your support. We may not have employed everybody, definitely, because the vacancies were few. But the few that we did, let's say those ones represented the majority, because I know we have a problem with employment. So when we go to what I did in the first regime, I might have employed 1, 2, 3 people, but we still have many who are out there seeking employment. And we may not promise employment for everybody.
But again, also, you are just one out of
many
we may not, members, but at the same time, you're also representing a whole county assembly. That is not a position that you really have enough influence to make.
But I've tried my best to do that. But the will is there. Look at the will. Look at the inner person. What is this that we want to come and do for the people of Baringo? So I tried my part. I did that time. Now I'm seeking for that support, that chance to be able to serve the people. Now where I can sit and make the decision. Until you are in the decision-making table, that's when you can know how to divide the cake and ensure that it gets to that mama deep down there in Kericho. That mama who is in Ayatia down there. That mama who is in Kisanama, who is in Mochongoi. We have to be in the decision-making table.
Wanasema, if you're not on the table, then you could be part of the menu. So for the two regimes, I blended well, and I have good working relationship with our first governor, our second governor, and it's not about regime. It's about Baringo. It's not about how I don't really understand how you got that question. Okay, we go to there's an array. There are about 3 questions. Then we conclude our conversation. Bethwell Kanda, he's saying, I'd like her to answer these questions before this session ends.
We need to answer those ones.
Anauliza ya kwanza, what makes her acceptable? What makes you an acceptable alternative that can make the people of Baringo County choose you as? I think what he means is what
Why
makes
me?
you different
Yeah.
from the rest. Why Lomong?
Yes.
Number 2, since some of us live away from Baringo and might not meet her in person until the election day, it would be great if she tells us her closing remarks. I think that's something we'll give you an opportunity to give your final remarks, so that we can treat that as a question. The third one, I also would want her in this live interview to tell us about how she will contribute to ending banditry in Baringo. Huyu amekuja WhatsApp, akakuja message, akakuja kila mahali. I could not.
Itabidi tumjibu.
We'll have to answer him. So take 2 minutes. We are already we have 0 minutes really remaining. So 2 minutes.
Thank you, Kanda, for the question. I think one question, then we'll do closing remarks later. Yeah, why Lomong? Why me? I believe I'm the best for this position. Because of the approach, the new approach that I'm bringing in. I've shared my agenda with you people, and I want to do things differently. I want us to approach this agenda of Baringo in a different way. I've talked about using the locally available the materials, the local, what our women have been doing is I want to just improve from that, because we will do the baby steps for the first year, but by the time we get into the second, third year, I want these women to be self-reliant. So I have a different approach. I've shared with you the different approach that I have. I want us to deal with issues right from that ground level. When I talk of women in Salawa, you know what women in Salawa are doing. We know what the youth want right now. I want to come and use what they have, the skills that they have, to improve their lives. When I talked of our women farming Wimbi, for example, it's not a new thing. It has been happening for many years, but the prices have been down. 50 shillings a kilo is not something even to discuss. Middlemen come and buy, then they go sell a kilo at 200 shillings. That's a huge difference, a profit of 150. When we could have packaged, we could have done unga ya Wimbi for our children, and we sell at Kabartonjo at 200 shillings and export. So my approach is different, and it's not unique. It's something that is doable. I'm not promising heaven on earth. I'm saying we can use what we have. We can use this budget that we have, but make great things.
Well, that sounds like the story in the Bible. There was a woman who wanted to be assisted.
Yes.
Na akaulizwa,
what do you have? Yes, that is it.
Banditry.
Yes. Maybe before we go to banditry, let's bring example. You mentioned Kitui. Yes. We see what Kitui is doing. Kitui is not different from Baringo. The budget is the same. But they are doing things differently because Honorable His Excellency, Her Excellency Ngilo is thinking in a different way. So it's not really about the budget. It's about the person. What does this person has for the people? So Rebecca is unique, and she got great plans because I love Baringo. I've been raised here, I've been married here. I know Baringo very well. All corners of Baringo I understand. I know we have women along Timboroa there who are doing potatoes. Why can't they do crepes and sell? It's possible. It is doable. We have our honey. At least it's trying, but still there's a lot that needs to be done. We have milk. Why can't we do yogurt? Why can't we do things that we have? We
value
can do
addition.
Value addition. That's one. And there's a whole voted in the Office of Women Rep for value addition. There's a whole voted for bursaries in the Office of Women Rep. There are many things that you can do. So these things are doable. SK is about the person. What do you have?
All right.
About banditry. Banditry has been here for many years, and it's a sorry state. It is sad that in the 21st century, we are still killing each other because of cows. It is so sad. It is a very delicate topic to talk about, but me, I'm brought up in Tiati. I'm a Pokot. Married in Baringo North by a Tuge. So I belong to both communities. You can imagine how that one feels anytime there's an attack. It affects me as a person, because here My brothers are from the other side. Here, these are my children. These are my husband. You know, these are my people whom I'm living with. Ilchamus are my friends. You know, when you look at this, for me as a person, it really eats me deep inside. And I keep asking myself, what can we do? One of the things that I said earlier is we promote our cultural differences. We see how we can use our cultures, our cultures along the borderlines to see how we can come, how we can even create competitions. Why can't we have Pokots coming this other side, Tugans coming, and we see who and we compete in a very mature, we're not competing through fighting. Why can't you compete to create money? You know, we invite people, we do cultural days, and we get something out of that, not killing each other. So there are many things, there are many plans I have, but for peace, let me tell you, we just have to work with everybody on board. We'll have to work with the pastors, we have to work with the security, we have to work with all the leaders of goodwill who have interests of the people at heart. Why can't we live peacefully in Baringo? Why can't we see if it's about improving the livestock on the other side, to improve the breeds, so that they know these ones, when you sell a cow here, it will cost 200,000. You know the cows that people are fighting over, cows of 20,000, 15,000. It doesn't even have a value in the first place, but we end up losing lives. So there are many things that we can do. We can see how we can even improve the education. You know, these are people who've not gone to school. These are illiterates who you cannot even value life. Because not all Pokots are bad SK. We just have some few culprits who have been disturbing people here in, here out. So it's about seeing how we can use, how that energy can be used positively to impact lives. Well, so we have an elaborate, I have an elaborate plan for that. But I know we need goodwill of the people. We need goodwill of the leaders. We need the churches. We need the chiefs. We need everybody to come on board. But I want something to be done. It is not one day, but something to be done. At the end of the day, we need to live peacefully as the people of Baringo. That is my prayer, and I will work hard. I'll do anything possible to ensure that that is achieved. But I know that I need everybody, even professionals, to come on board. We need to have peace rallies and many other things. Well, I wish you could have given me 2 hours. 1 hour is so brief.
You will come. We'll welcome you some other day. And of course, I'm sure that is the wish of many people who
Thank you so much.
Quite a number of questions that we've skipped, really.
Thank you.
As we wind up, who inspires you?
Thank you. I'm inspired by Obama. Obama came from a very humble background, but he had this belief that yes, we can. I have a lot of faith that there's nothing impossible on earth. I have a lot of faith that you just dare to dream and you work towards your dream. It is possible.
It is possible.
It is possible. I believe it is possible. So I got a lot of inspiration. I share a lot with him, and I want to work towards this dream.
Well, from us, we can only wish you well. Your final words for the people who are watching and the people who will be watching later.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I want to take this opportunity to appreciate our followers, those who were watching, those who've commented, and of course, those who will still watch later. I want to humbly ask you, the people of Baringo, even the people outside Baringo, that you pray for me. I seek your help. I seek for your support. Naomba kura zenu, naomba hizo kura kabisa. Why? Because I have an agenda for the people of Baringo. Kindly give me the support. Make me to be your next women rep, Baringo County. It is possible, it is doable, but I cannot do it alone. I need you people. I need your support. We might have had differences here and there, but kindly, let's forget about that and let's look at the bigger picture. Let's look at Baringo County. How are we going to improve our county? So I'll be fighting for the member of parliament, women rep, Mama County 2022, UDA ticket. UDA is the party. And if you had given me time, I could have highlighted about the bottom-up economic model for UDA, but that is it. Well, Asla Nation, that is where we are. Tunaskuma wilbaro kabisa, kazi ni kazi. Na Rebecca hapa najitambua kama mama imarisha. kwa sababu nataka niimarishe maisha ya watu wa Baringo. Nataka wamama waimarike, vijana waimarike, watu wetu walio na ulemavu waweze pia kuimarika, kwa sababu wako na familia tunataka tuinue. Najiita mama, natambua kina mama, wanasema mama ni wasaidizi. If a mother is a helper, lazima uweze kusaidia vizuri. So mimi nataka kusaidia huyo mama ndio aweze kuwa msaidizi mzuri sana kwa mume wake. So mpaka niweze kufanya empowerment, waweze kujikimu, ndio tuweze kusaidiana kama familia, kwa sababu tukiinua jamii tutainua kanisa na tutainua community kwa jumla, lakini lazima tuanzie pale nyumbani. So mimi ni mama na waomba kabisa munisaidie, mnipe kibali niweze kuongoza Baringo County mwaka wa 2022, na mweze pia kupatia kura William Samoei Ruto president, the 5th president of the Republic of Kenya. Asante. Na tutaweza kusonga mbele pamoja. Tuko na nguvu, tuko na stamina, tuko na imani. Ni nyinyi tu kutupatia nafasi ndio kazi iweze kusonga mbele. Otherwise, thank you so much. Thank you SK, thank you team, thank you crew. Thank you for this opportunity. I look forward to more of this.
Well,
Kongoi Missing, Saranyowo.
Kongoi.
Thank you.
We are very grateful for honoring our invite.
Thank you.
We are at the formative stages of having these conversations.
Thank you.
And we are very honored as a platform.
Thank you.
Or rather, as a news platform in Baringo, to host you as one of the women rep aspirants in this conversation that we are having for the people of Baringo to get to know their leaders.
Thank you.
And to you, the viewer, you have an opportunity to get to know your leader. This is just an introduction. You realize that Mheshimiwa Lomong is already asking for more time. And that more time, we are getting to create every day. And Monday, Friday, there are shows that we get to give an opportunity to these leaders to get to give us their thought on how well they will woo this vote and how this vote will make the best decision for the people of Baringo. Monday 9 to 10 a.m. Talking about the vote. Friday 8 to 9 p.m. And this other special edition, we call it Baringo News on the Go. We'll come to your location, and maybe you can also drop on the comment section and get to tell us who you would want to see, or rather who you would want us to host on this platform. We'll get to find our time, drive to that point. You can see the logo there. It's a car leaving, or rather on the move. That is Baringo News on the Go. Hopefully on Monday there's a very special guest that will be bringing you on board as well, and on Friday there are guests and more guests lined up for this conversation around the vote. Tunashukuru sana. It's been a 1 hour and a few minutes of conversation, very electric. I believe this is one of our best shows so far. And we thank our guest for honoring the invite. And to you, the viewer, thank you for keeping, or rather staying tuned for the 1 hour and about 10 minutes that we've been here. And of course, we can always say, see you next time. I've been your host, Komen SK. Asante.